It's that cozy time of the year. Fall is finally here, and with that we have lots of layers and coziness and good food. I'm always really excited for fall, and if you love knitwear, which is a big part of fall for me, then this video is for you. I'll be reviewing 10 Sezane pieces. These are the newest sweaters from their website, cardigans and sweaters from the website, and that's from their fall collection. So I'll be sharing how they fit, if they're comfortable, if they're itchy, or whatever else you need to know. The first knit I want to show you is the Emile Jumper, a cardigan, and this fits slightly different in my opinion from the ones from last year and the year before. So I'm going to show you the difference and tell you everything you want to know. This one is in this beautiful pink shade, and it has the background as a creamy color, almost like gray, between gray and beige. And what caught my attention is that when I put on, it felt a lot more comfortable than the ones from last year. I have the Emile in two colors. This yellow one that I got, I think in 2023, and this was my first one in sea foam. It's not the sage, they had a sage, but this is the sea foam. And just by touching this sweater, I can already tell this is heavier than the new version. So these felt a little bit scratchy on me, those two actually, but this one felt really buttery soft. Even when you touch the knit, you can tell there's nothing scratchy here, and the other ones definitely do. But I can see a difference on the thread. I do think the other one is a little bit thicker. This one feels more airy and lightweight compared to the ones from last year. And in my opinion, it's also slightly smaller, so I wouldn't really size down for Emile if I were you. I would just get your usual size, or if you want something really oversized, then definitely feel free to go a size up. But this size to me felt really nice. This is a small, my usual size. And I'll have all my measurements down below, as well as the sizes that I picked for these, and also the links. Now, Emile is a beautiful sweater. It is a very traditional cut. It's just a boxy fit. And definitely make sure if you get a piece like this to style, try to change things around. Maybe pull up the sleeves, open a little bit of the buttons, or tuck in the front of the sweater like a French tuck, or entirely, or maybe layer with something, because usually in my experience, when you try a sweater like this and you put on, it just feels like bland. It feels nothing is really happening there. It just feels like a grainy sweater. And if that's your vibe, then that's beautiful. But what I'm saying is a lot of people try these knits and sometimes they don't fall in love with it because they're not styling properly. So definitely find a way that works for you and give it a chance, because I think all of these have a really good potential. Now, the knit again is really warm, really soft. It's a little bit more airy compared to the ones from last year, and in my opinion, a tiny bit small. I'm pairing this with pink jeans because I thought that together they would look really beautiful and feminine. Another knit that caught my attention was the Berry Jumper. Now, this is in rosewood, and this is not the same rosewood from previous years. I feel that rosewood they had before was a lot lighter, like washed out. And when I saw the new rosewood, I was interested in trying because this is more saturated and it doesn't look bad on me. It doesn't wash me off. So definitely keep that in mind. What I love about Berry Jumper is that you can wear both ways. You can put the neckline here in the front, but you can also put it in the back. And when you do that, you actually end up with a boat neck in the front and then the V-neck in the back. I think it looks really pretty. This one I got in size extra small. It fits well. I wonder if the small would have been better just because of the sleeves. You can see on me that it's slightly fitted, and in my opinion, this shouldn't really look fitted. It should have a little bit more room around that area. So I might end up going with the small just to try and see which one makes more sense. Just keep in mind that if you get a bigger one, the neckline is going to be a little bit lower. So it all depends on how you want to wear your Berry Jumper. This was actually the piece that got me into Sezane. I discovered Sezane through Dearly Bethany, and I remember this was sold out for so long. She had like a mocha color, and I went crazy to find that, and I couldn't. I think I only found this a year later, like on Poshmark, and was really excited when I got it. And that's when I started to purchase pieces from Sezane and really fell in love with the brand. Now, this again is in extra small. It's rosewood, and it fits really well. I just think the sleeves could have a little bit more room, compared to the rest of the sweater, because if I size up again, I might have a neckline that's a little bit too low. I really adore the buttons. I think it's such a beautiful detail. They have the Gaspard version, which is a round neckline. It's the same material, same fit. And I just love the V-neck more. I think it's even more feminine. Actually, I really love both. It's hard to tell because it really depends on your bottoms or if you're wearing something underneath. But what I love the most about this one is that the buttons are the same shade of the sweater. So to me, this looks really elegant. I prefer that compared to the Gaspard buttons, which is like a white color. So I definitely like this more. One thing that's important to mention is that this is scratchy. So if you're sensitive to wool, this one is definitely gonna be one of those sweaters that will be really hard to tolerate. Obviously, it's not for everybody, but some people can tolerate really well. This is 37% kid mohair, 37% baby alpaca, and 26% polyamide. Now in that same shade, let's say pink, burgundy, rosewood, I have here the Louisa Jumper, and this one is really comfortable. So that one is definitely not scratchy at all. The material feels really comfortable when you put on, and you won't feel any itch or any scratchiness. What I see here is 100% merino wool, and that explains. It's really nice, very well made, and the fit is really great. I got this in size small, which is my usual size, and I feel it actually fits perfectly. I think it's a more fitted type of sweater, but it does give you a little room around the stomach in case you want to wear something underneath. It is an open knit, so you have to wear a nude bra, otherwise it's going to show. If you wear something black or colored, it's gonna show for sure because the opening is quite big. It doesn't feel transparent when you put on, at least not in my opinion. It should be completely fine if you want to wear this with a nude bra or a nude top underneath, but I wanted to show you all the details. So for sure, the first thing that caught my attention was the color. It's this beautiful saturated burgundy. It's just stunning. I love this color, especially for fall. I think it's such a beautiful, vibrant piece, and it goes really with a lot of things. I'm wearing here with white pants. These are barrel legs from Petite Studio, and I have shared a review on them before, just a few weeks ago. I've been wearing these pants a lot actually. They're really comfortable, 100% cotton. And I'll be sharing a couple of pieces from Petite Studio here just because they have some really great pieces right now on the website, and if they ever go on sale, I want to make sure that you take advantage of them. But I love that with white. I think it's such a striking combination. And this one I was really in love. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it, but it's definitely something I'm considering just because of how comfortable and how beautiful it looks. Next one I want to share is actually what I'm wearing here. This is the J Jumper, and this is really comfortable. The material feels a lot like Emile, which is from last year and the year before. It's a very comfortable knit. It feels like plush, feels really like a blanket. I have to say that I do feel some fibers here and there just because I'm extremely sensitive. So if you are, you might feel as well. But this in general, I would say from 0 to 10, that would be like a 1. I can barely feel any discomfort with anything on this sweater. It just feels really plush and like a little blanket. I love it. One of the things I love, besides the color, obviously, because it's stunning, is this cut here around the sleeves. It does have an elastic here for this part, but you can see it's very voluminous and it has all this fabric here hanging. Another thing that's wonderful, and I know a lot of you will appreciate, is the fact that we have this tie here at the bottom. So you can adjust this, you can tie it, and you can also fold this inside and make it even more cropped. So I love pieces that you can actually play around and make it look different, because that makes it more versatile, and you can of course just wear multiple ways and maximize your wardrobe. This one is in size small, which is my usual size. I adore the color. I'm actually going to compare with another green they have right now, which is also stunning, and this one is gonna be a keeper. I wasn't planning to keep this one. I actually got mostly to do the review for you, but when I put on and I felt how comfortable it was, and also how the texture feels and the fit as well, I think everything just checked for this one. I absolutely love the J Jumper. Another knit in a similar color is this one. This is a vest. It's the Larry vest, and I have mixed feelings with this because I adore the color. I think this is such a beautiful shade of green, yellow. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And I think they have an Emile, which I can't tell if it's this shade or something in between, but I've been really loving these shades lately. I know some people hate it, but I've been really enjoying. And another thing I love about this sweater is the fact that it's really comfortable and the fit is just really pretty. But what I don't like is this being too high. It just bothers me to have something a little too high on my neck. To me, it doesn't feel flattering, and it is a bit low on the arm area. So it's going to show whatever you have underneath. I am trying here with something underneath and also without it, just for you to see the difference between them. I think it's completely fine to wear without a shirt underneath, but of course this is a warm sweater, so it has to be on a day that's not too cold because your arms will be bare, and it can't be too warm either because this is still a sweater. So I love that. I don't know how much I would end up wearing. That's why I'm trying to decide whether I'm gonna keep it or not. But I really adore the color, the style, and the threads. I think it's just a beautiful, really beautiful piece. I got this one in size small, which is my usual size, and that's 55% kid mohair and 45% merino wool. So really, and this one is made in Spain actually. So it's really well made. I absolutely love this, but I feel I might end up not wearing enough to justify the price. Now, if you love green, I have to show you this. I actually reviewed this a couple of weeks ago. And this one, if you're very sensitive to wool, I would say definitely skip because it's going to be a little scratchy on your skin. But if you can tolerate wool well, then this is a stunning knit. This is a cardigan and it has those beautiful buttons. I have been wearing the rust color a lot actually, but I wanted to show you the green because I just showed you a couple of green pieces from Sezane. This one is a little bit more cropped. It's from Petite Studio, and that's why, because they are specialized in pieces for petites. I am not petite, but I do have a short torso. So usually wearing a knit that's a little bit more cropped works better for me because it doesn't feel too bulky and it doesn't cut me in half, or just doesn't hit the largest area of my body, which is my hips. So this one is a more vibrant green compared to the Sezane ones that I showed you. And the other one is the rust color, which is my favorite. I adore this. This is so beautiful. The details around the buttons is just probably what catches your eye right away. But other than that, I think the color and the texture, because it's really, really fuzzy. So the same situation with the green one. If you are sensitive to wool, this is going to scratch your skin a little bit. But of course, you can wear this with a little thin shirt underneath, like long sleeve. I have actually shared a lot of videos before about knitwear. And I'm teaching you how to care for your knitwear, how to wash it, how to store, how to dry, and also some hacks like how to keep it fresher for a longer time, as well as how to wear something underneath just to make sure that you're not getting all that sweat on the knit and you don't have to wash as much. And of course, it will also protect your skin from the sweater if it's something that will scratch you. So this one is really beautiful. I love the color. I think it's very unique and perfect for fall. Since we're talking about this color, now going back to Sezane, this is the Louisa Jumper. They have a Louise and they have Louisa. I actually never tried either one, and the color for that one is just perfect. I think this brown is really pretty. It is a warm brown. Not too warm actually. I feel like when you compare, for example, this and this is a lot warmer. I feel like this is a really nice neutral. It's a beautiful brown, but definitely a really nice neutral. And it has another color here, like for the threads, you can see there's a little bit of a darker, lighter brown and also some whites happening, which I really like because it gives a better texture to the knit. This is a size small, my usual size, so I would say it fits true to size. I don't like the neckline too high. For some reason, this one doesn't bother me. Probably because it's cropped enough and it just works best in terms of proportions, like for my body. But this one, because it's a little bit longer and it has a neckline too high, I didn't really love the fit on me. Other than that, it's a very soft sweater. I would say this is like a 3 or 4 in terms of scratchiness. It's not as comfortable as this one that I'm wearing here. It is really comfortable, light. I think it's lightweight. I could say like in between lightweight and medium weight. And it just feels really nice. This one feels plush and also stretchy too. So I definitely recommend, if it's something that you're looking for and you love the color, something that I think will be great for any wardrobe because it feels like a staple piece. It's one of those basics that have a little twist. If you look at the arm, like the cuffs, this is the most beautiful part because it feels slightly ballooned and it has this beautiful statement button which really elevates the sweater. Another brown knit that I picked up from Sezane was the Sezane Jumper, which I have reviewed here before. I remember showing you a taupe color from last year, and when I saw the brown, I was in love because first, brown is gorgeous. It goes with everything I have, I feel like. And it's the color of the year. I think for fall, you can't go wrong with brown. You just have to find your shade of brown. Could be something more like a rosewood, a darker chocolate, mocha, or espresso. There's a good brown for everyone. Now this one is cropped, but not too cropped, which kind of bothers me because I feel this should be either a little bit longer or a little bit shorter. In my opinion, the length, at least for my body, for my proportions, was not great because I can't really tuck it in. It's gonna be a little bit hard. I mean, I can, but I don't feel it looks great. So other than that, the sweater is really nice. You can see that the sleeves are a little bit roomy, so it's kind of hard to pull up the sleeves like this one, for example. This one really stays on, but that one, when you try, it just doesn't. And it's one information that to me is important because I love to do that with my sleeves. But this sweater is really pretty. It does feel comfortable. This one doesn't feel very itchy. It's actually comfortable. I would say maybe 2 or 3. It's really not bad, at least not this one on me. And I love it. It's size small, my usual size. So for this one, I would say you can get your usual size. I wouldn't really size down or up just because it's already cropped. If you size down, it's going to be too short. And if you size up, it kind of defeats the purpose of having a cropped sweater. It might be a little too oversized and not that cute. Now, one knit that I loved, it's this one here. It's the Anabelle Jumper, and that could be called a top or a knit, whatever you want. I think because it's more fitted, sometimes it just feels like a top, but because of the material, it definitely feels more like a knit. So this reminds me a lot of a dress that I got from Sezane in a beautiful rust color about a year ago. And it's the same cut, the same material, and the same neckline. This one is 45% merino wool and 45% cotton. It does have 10% of polyamide and 1% of elastane. So really comfortable. That's more fitted compared to all the other sweaters that I shared here. I think one of the best parts about knits like this is that it's so easy to layer. So if it's a colder day and you want to wear this with a jacket, it's just really easy because it's fitted. It's not gonna feel bulky, and the neckline is just gorgeous. So just by showing that, I think your look already feels so much more elevated than if you had just a simple basic piece underneath. That's basic, but it's a basic with a twist. So I absolutely love the Anabelle. It's gorgeous, it's wonderful quality. And I'm wearing here again with the Petite Studio jeans, just because I think an all white outfit looks beautiful for fall. I don't think white is just for spring and summer. I think you can 100% wear that during fall and winter. And I'm wearing here with a corduroy jacket in this beautiful warm brown, and I think it looks really fantastic. Now, one of the knits that caught my attention the most was this one, which I'm not gonna be keeping, but it's the Hadrien, I think this is how you say, just because of this beautiful open knit. Look at this, my gosh, the details, just fantastic. I love that on the model, and I was so curious to see this in real life. And I'll tell you exactly why I'm not going to keep it. But let me just show you all the details. This is 53% merino wool and 47% cotton. So a very comfortable fabric. It just feels really nice on the skin. It is airy because it's completely open. It has those little holes here on the fabric. And you can wear this with a nude bra, but that's it. I think either a nude top or a nude bra, unless you want to wear the same color, or maybe on purpose you want to wear a colored bra just to show that color underneath. I don't think this would look great, but it's an option. So it's a very feminine type of sweater, and the reason I'm not gonna keep is just because my body now feels a little bit more muscular. When you look at my shoulders and my arms, they are bulkier than before, and this is not bothering me by any means. I just wanted to say that I love the body that I have now, but I think it clashes with this type of knit. I think this here around the neck area is just so feminine. It feels so girly that it just doesn't go well with my shoulders right now. And again, nothing wrong with the shoulder and nothing wrong with the sweater. It's just not something that I put on and I looked at myself in the mirror and fell in love with, probably because of that. I think if I had chubbier arms or if I had very skinny arms, I would probably have liked it better, but because of that muscle, it just doesn't feel cohesive in my opinion, and that's about my body, not yours. So definitely feel free to try and wear and see if you like it. I think it's a beautiful piece, great quality, and the fit is also great. So I would definitely recommend, but I wanted to just give my 2 cents. Another knit in kind of a very peculiar color here is this one, the Varda Jumper, and you might be surprised if you follow me for a while that I'm trying a blue knit. I usually have a hard time wearing blue next to my face just because sometimes it washes me off, but this blue surprised me. Actually, I don't feel bad in it. I love the color. I think this blue, even though it's a cool blue, it's just beautiful, especially with jeans. Like if you wear denim, if you wear white, there are certain colors here that will go so well with this blue. So I love this one. This is in size small. It fits true to size, I would say, and the material is 33% kid mohair, 33% merino wool, 28% polyamide, and 6% elastane. So this one actually feels comfortable. I wouldn't say it's scratch free, just because I am extremely sensitive, but I would say this is maybe like a 2. It doesn't feel too scratchy or too itchy. So if you can tolerate wool, this would be a good one for you. It's really not that bad. It does have lots of fuzziness, like the fibers, you can see they stick out, which I actually love. Some people hate that, but it's one thing that I love about Sezane knits. When they're fuzzy, just because it gives me this feeling of coziness. It just immediately makes me feel of, oh, it's cold and I need to get warm. I love that one. It is cropped, as you can see. It has the beautiful buttons that are matching. I usually like matching buttons. I feel it looks so nice and it feels more elegant and chic. I love this one. So more fitted, more cropped compared to the other ones, but again, this is really something that will please some people and not others, and that's completely fine. For me and my proportions, I feel like this length is actually excellent. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe for more videos. Let me know from these pieces which one you like the most, and if you have gotten anything from Sezane lately, or maybe if you're planning to. All the links will be down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.